Hey everyone, oftentimes if I make a video like this, people in the comments will say, Lee, ignore the haters or don't worry about the haters. And I love you for that, thank you. But in this video, I hope that you know that that's not what this is about. But it is about hurting people and the people that want to hurt me and the hate that I sometimes receive. And I want to talk to you about it. It's important to me. If you could please watch this whole video. Ever since I started my journey, and ever since I've had an online presence, from when I was in the RV, especially now, the bigger you get, the bigger the target. People have really tried to hurt me, like really badly, especially now. They say the most awful things and they also do the most awful things. I don't really talk to you guys about this, but I've had the police show up here and like randomly, and I just give them a tour. I invite them, I don't have to. I say, come on in. I've given tours to the DOJ, the agricultural department gets so much hate mail, so many terrible things. They've done inspections where they don't tell me they're coming, and they see how beautiful our sanctuary. I have no fear in showing exactly what we do and how we do to any legal authority whatsoever, by all means, because I know what we're doing here and I know what I'm doing here. But people will still really try to hurt me, and I just want to tell you something. It's very easy to hurt my feelings. I'm very sensitive. I grew up, and I don't say this as the victim, right? I am not the victim, right? I have conquered and have turned my pain into my superpower and into love, and I've been able to help so many people who get bullied online and have to go through what I've been through. You have seen I haven't just survived, I have thrived and have continued to grow. And that's the point. Some of the things that people say, like some of the lies that I hear about me, are so terrible. And I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe it's because I've accomplished so much. Maybe I'm not afraid to speak my mind and be who I am. Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes, of course, When it comes to the treatment of my animals or my employees, there's really nothing I would do different. Yeah, I've made mistakes and I could have been more. I was living in an RV. Think about this, guys. I went from a kid with severe learning disabilities, and I'm not just one of those people who say they have ADHD because it's a trend. Like my classes up until even in college had 4 or 5 people in the class. I was in special ed classes. The people who say terrible things to me, I've built some sort of armor to it, But I think it's important that you guys know, no matter how much you hurt me or try to hurt me, I'm only always going to use it as motivation and use it to help other people who go through pain. Sure, you could say things that hurt my feelings, but there's nothing ever that you could say is true about me that will damage me. This sanctuary here, people often say that I use donations to benefit my personal life. I have no hesitancy telling you, I bought this entire sanctuary, this entire 240-acre sanctuary with my own money. None of it was with the donations. Where in anyone's mind, if they actually cared to look into what I do and how I do it, how I made this all happen, could even think that there is a part of me that would ever use donations to live some extravagant life? If you are bothered by the way I live my life now and how much I've accomplished, I just want you to know, buckle up. I'm going to own thousands and thousands of acres. I will own thousands of acres. I will give land to more animals, to help more animals than anyone ever has in history and in the future. You'll see. I'm truly just getting started. And all the time that you waste trying to hurt me or even hurt other people or whatever, this is why you're where you're at, and I'm where I'm at. My focus is always on how can I make my life better? How can I make my animals' life better? You live the life that you live because of what you focus on, and you're mean. That, the only way to accomplish something like this is with kindness and with love. And yeah, I've been an asshole before. Of course, I've hurt people's feelings. And, I've made a lot of changes. I was raised with a philosophy. My dad used to tell me, and I love my dad, and he's changed too. But, he used to tell me when I was a kid over and over, his motto was to me, Lee, If somebody hurts you, what do? You hurt them back twice as hard. If somebody hits you, you hit them back twice. It was aggressive, and I grew up that way. But I learned what life is about. I learned how many people are suffering and how much suffering I don't want to add, that I just want to help people. And that's what we should all be doing. We should never add suffering to people who are suffering. Do you know how hard it is to get to where I've gotten? Do you know how hard it is to do what I do, to manage the amount that I manage? If I didn't have one hater, if I didn't have one person who made it for some reason their commitment to try to hurt me or stop me from rescuing animals, it would still feel like an impossible job that I'm able to do at my best ability, and at one of the best that's ever done it every single day. But that takes a significant amount of resilience and love and passion. My point is, overall, of course I have my feelings hurt. Of course you can hurt me. But ultimately, what is your outcome? You want to hurt my feelings? You want to spread, if someone wants to spread lies about me, all it does is make me stronger and make my community stronger. I see how my community comes to defend me. Don't just put out more hurt. I don't want you to try to hurt someone just because they're trying to hurt me. You can respond with the facts. You know, the beautiful thing about a nonprofit, all the information is public. Like when people tell me that I'm a con or I steal money or I use donations for this, I would be in jail, or my nonprofit wouldn't be existent. I've shown up the same way every day. Do I need to make adjustments? Of course. And we have been more organized. We have a CFO. We're doing things the right way. You know, I started out in an RV. But one of the beautiful things about starting out in an RV, a lot of the shelters that I would go visit, they would just reopen or about to be unfortunately closed down because they misused their funds. They would steal money and things like that. I learned what not to do, even though that's a pretty simple thing, right? Don't steal donations. And for me, I want it to be perfect, which is a bad habit, but I want it to be perfect. You know, I don't take a salary from the Asher House. I don't profit from donations. As I said before, even the mortgage of this sanctuary, where all the dogs are sleeping in my bed, in the bathroom, the entire house, the entire property, not even our bathroom do we have for ourselves, Sarah and I. And people ask me, oh, how do you make money if you don't make money from donations? Well, I have a variety of businesses. Asher House Wellness is a for-profit business. I have my Patreon community, and I make money from all my videos from Facebook and YouTube and social media. That's how I make my money. And the Asher House makes its money from donations and merch and everything like that from you. And we work together to make the Asher House Sanctuary successful. It bothers me that people are like that people can be so cruel and so mean, whether it's to me or to each other, that people waste their time trying to do that to someone. But you're never going to stop me. You only give me fuel and motivation, and you give me ways to work through problems. In fact, if I'm being totally honest, the more you've tried to hurt me and all this criticism that I've gotten and everything, it's really helped me. You have really helped me become so much more of the man that I've always worked on trying to become. Like, you really don't know who you are until you really go through the mud. It's only benefited me. So I guess I'm trying to say thank you. You can waste all your time and you could put all that negative energy out into the world and everything like that. But you know, it doesn't really do anything. You're never going to stop me. And even if you do some of the things that you've threatened, the people who really try to hurt me will write us letters threatening to kill my dogs, to kill Matilda, to kill me. And if you ever did that, right, of course the consequences would be very extreme. But I would still keep going. I would still keep going. I would just continue, and the community would get stronger, and we would continue to grow together while you continue being the very small and irrelevant people that you are. So just know, you know, and when I make my videos about how I love people and I want what's best for people, I really do. I think that people focusing on the right things, on love, on making an actual positive difference in the world, people who are doing the work to make a difference, that makes the world better. I find that right now with so many people focused on negative energy and negative things, that there is kind of a darkness that I will never give into. I think the animals all over the world feel it. I think people feel it. And I want you to know, this community, we're big enough where if enough of us are a part of the light, if enough of us are a part on the giving of the love and not judging and not making people feel worse when they already feel bad, even if you disagree with something, but just realizing that everyone's has their story and everyone's struggling, that we can make a big difference together. That's what I really love about this community. It's big enough to make a huge difference. And again, I just want to reiterate, for the people who want to hurt the people who want to hurt me, I do appreciate the support, but my feelings are going to be hurt regardless. I don't want you to hurt someone else's feelings just because they hurt mine. Ultimately, nothing's going to stop me. There is nothing that's ever going to stop me from rescuing animals and inspiring people. That is my purpose. Like, it is ingrained in me, in every cell in my body. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly why I do what I do. And that is a powerful, powerful place to be. And that is where I am. That is where I live. Okay? So don't worry about me. And we are just getting started. If you look at the amount of success we've had, the amount of animals we saved, how much we've created and built in just, 5 years? Less than 6 years? Can you imagine? I'm only 37. Can you imagine everything that we're going to accomplish together? So hurt my feelings all you want. Say nasty things about me, lie about me. You think, you want to say, I don't even want to say it, you say whatever you want, but most people are smart. And at the end of the day, people are going to believe what they want to believe, and there's some thick heads out there, but most people are smart. And whatever happens, it's only going to make me stronger and this community stronger. And no matter who you are, genuinely, I mean it, I love you. Whether you've tried to hurt me or not, you've helped me become the man that I am today. And that's taken a lot of work. And I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you. Don't hurt each other. I don't want to see people causing people pain. I can take it, but a lot of people have taken their own lives because of it. And that's not going to happen to me, it's like, I'm sorry to disappoint the people who want to see me fail, but I'm only going to keep succeeding. I'll have setbacks. I'll make more mistakes. I'm going to get very depressed and get dark, but I'm always going to get back on my feet and learn and move forward. And, I hope that makes you happy. And if it doesn't, I feel bad for you. I really do. Thanks, everybody. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Bye.